My dear students, respected parents and teachers, in the last 2 periods, your participation was very nice. With the hope of the same interest even in this period also, I am going to start this lesson. In this lesson, today we are supposed to learn equations of motion. Velocity time equation, position velocity equation, position time equation and problems by using these equations. Okay, let us proceed, children. What is the meaning of an equation? If you come across the mathematics into consideration, suppose if you have an equation x plus 2 is equal to 5, x plus 2 is in one side and 5 is in other side. Now, next step x is equal to 5 minus 2, x is equal to 3. This mathematical equation enables us to find out the value of the unknown. In this physics equations of motion, the equations of motion is going to establish the relationship between several physical quantities which we have already used in equations of motion, like initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, distance travelled and time. All these physical quantities are correlated and they are formed in the form of the equation. Derivation of the equations. Normally in mathematics, if I ask any student what is a plus b whole square, means before I stop he is going to say a square plus 2ab plus b square. If I ask a minus b whole square is equal to means, he is going to say so happily a square minus 2ab plus b square. Sometimes for a plus b whole square he may write even a square minus 2ab plus b square also. If I ask you what is the reason why you got a square plus 2ab plus b square is equal to a plus b whole square, means he is going to say I do not know, I have by hearted the formula. So, that is why in order to avoid that you must know the root cause, you must know exact reason how you got that equation. That is called as the derivation of the equations. Now, by using the simple methods, I am going to derive 3 equations of motion which is proposed in the 9th standard. Similarly, some other methods are given in the textbook to derive the equations. It is better to practice both methods to understand the derivations properly. Okay, children, let us try to derive the equations. First is velocity time equation. You know the definition of the acceleration. Acceleration is equal to change of velocity by time taken. Acceleration is small a is equal to change of velocity, means final velocity minus initial velocity by time taken, that is v minus u by t. It is going to look like an equation. Certainly, you need to cross multiply. In the next step, if you cross multiply, we get v minus u is equal to a into t clearly. Okay. Next, you keep v in left hand side and send minus u from LHS to RHS. Now, you are going to get v is equal to u plus a t clearly. Let us go to the second equation called as the position velocity equation. Position means nothing but s, velocity means v. Okay, let us see. You know the definition of the average velocity. Average velocity is equal to displacement by time. So, average velocity is equal to displacement by the time. You do the cross multiplication. Displacement is equal to time into average velocity. Displacement may be represented by an alphabet s. S is equal to. So, there is a average velocity is represented by v plus u by 2 into time is as usually represented by small t. Next, you take v is equal to u plus a t, keep a t in one side and send u towards the v, a t is equal to v minus e. We want value for t, t is equal to v minus u by e. In the next step, s is equal to v plus u by 2 remains as it is, and in the place of that t, now I wrote v minus u by a. S is equal to v plus u by 2 into v minus u by a. So, for the numerator v plus u into v minus u, you can write it as v square minus u square, and the denominator please multiply, we get s is equal to v square minus u square by 2a. Now, tell me children, what we have to do as per the mathematical operation? Yes, we need to cross multiply. After cross multiplication, we got v square minus u square is equal to 2a_s. Then come to the third equation derivation. As usually you know, displacement is equal to average velocity into time already. For displacement we know s, for average velocity u plus v by 2 into time is represented by small t. You take v is equal to u plus a t, s is equal to u plus, in the place of that v you write u plus a t, by 2 will remain as it is and even t also will remain as it is. In the next step, s is equal to, if you add u and u, you will get 2 u plus a t divided by 2 as usual. Continue, s is equal to multiply 2 u into t 2 u t plus a t into t a t square divided by the common denominator 2. So, once again in the next step 2 gets cancelled and now you have s is equal to u t plus a t square by 2 or half a t square. Now, we have to make use of the equations to work out the problems, that is more interesting. What are the points to be known? First of all, you must know the meaning of the physical quantities like u, v, a, s and t. U is called as initial velocity or it is also called as the speed, its SI unit is meter per second. V is called as final velocity, it is also called as speed and its SI unit is meter per second. Acceleration is represented by small a and its SI unit is meter per second square. S is nothing but a distance or displacement or even we call it as height also, its SI unit is given by m, and the time is nothing but t and its SI unit is s. Now, let us see the second point. Usually all the sums are related to non-uniform motion. Next, for the objects moving on the earth, the acceleration may be equal to 0, it may be less than 0 or even it may be greater than 0 also. Next, if a body is moving vertically upwards against to the gravity, the acceleration due to gravity, that is small g or small a is equal to minus 9.8 meter per second square. For our convenience, we have taken it as minus 10 meter per second square. For the bodies which are moving towards the earth, I mean vertically downwards, they are towards the gravity, at that time a is equal to plus 9.8 meter per second square or a is equal to plus 10 meter per second square. Still psychologically you need some courage to solve the problems. Normally in the mathematics you come across many problems, you are going to work out the easy problems and difficult problems with the critical thinking very easily, because you have a mind set up that the mathematics is the part and parcel of the problems. But as the physics is concerned, you know physics is the subject of the definitions, physical quantities, several laws and several differences. So, you had set your mind to only to the definitions. Suppose if problems comes in physics, now you feel bit difficult, that is mainly due to the fear, but actually the physics problems are same as the mathematics problems, the same mathematical fundamental operations only we are going to use in physics. Okay, let us take one problem. The brakes applied to a car produce an acceleration of 6 meter per second square in the opposite direction to the motion. So, before the car comes to rest, what is the distance travelled? First understand the problem properly, then write down what is given, write down what is to be find out, find a suitable equation, do the substitution, do the fundamental operation, you will get the solution. Do not forget to express it in the suitable SI unit. So, in this problem, first of all you must try to write down what is given. A is equal to minus 6 meter per second square. Why A is equal to negative value? It is negative acceleration, because the vehicle is going to stop. Next, t is equal to 2 seconds. After the brakes are applied and before it comes to rest, it has taken 2 seconds to stop. Next, v is equal to 0. See, one point you must know very clearly, if the body is at rest, u will be 0 and v must have some value. Suppose if the body is already in motion, u is having some value and v must be naturally equal to 0. A is there, t is there, v is there. What you can find now immediately? You may find u immediately. Then after finding u, you should find out the distance s is equal to. So, what should be find out first and what should be find out next is also important thing to understand. Now, let us try to write all this, and to find out u by using v, t and a, naturally there is a unique equation v is equal to u plus a t. We had written the equation. Now, the next step is substitution. For v 0, u unknown, write as it is, and for a minus 6 into for t 2. Now, you continue the same fundamental operations like multiplication, shifting, etc., etc. Now, you got finally the value of u is equal to 12 meter per second. After finding u, what is our next task? We need to find out the distance travelled. I mean, you need to find out s. To find out s, there are two equations, s is equal to ut plus a of at square and even v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Shall I apply both? I do not know. Let us see. First, let us apply values to the first equation. S is equal to u value just now we found out 12 into t value 2 plus half into a value minus 6, t value is 2, as it is t square we have written 2 into 2, 2 and 2 gets cancelled, s is equal to 12 into 2 24, 24 minus 6 2 is 12, s is equal to 12 meter. For curiosity, shall I make use of v square minus u square is equal to 2as instead of s is equal to ut plus half at square? Is v is given? Yes, given. U is given? Yes, just now we found out. A is given? Yes, A is also given. What you should find? Yes. Yes, you can use even v square minus u square is equal to 2s properly. Now, substitute the values for u, v, a and try to find out s. With all fundamental operations, if you proceed, you will get s is equal to 12 meter. Now, let us go to the second problem. A stone is thrown vertically upward direction. It is thrown vertically upward with a velocity of 5 meter per second and acceleration they had given, and what is the time taken to reach you need to find. First of all, you note down what are the things they had given. They had given value of u because initially the stone is moving, therefore, u is equal to 5 meter per second. Then what else they had given? A is equal to minus 10 meter per second. Why do you get value of acceleration as negative once again? Because the ball is thrown vertically upwards and it is against to the gravitational force. Hence, A is equal to minus 10 meter per second square. Next, V is 0. If the ball is thrown vertically upwards, how long it can go? It can go up to certain height and ultimately it must stop. So, final velocity must become 0. Then what height it is going to cover? Yes, that you should find. And what time it is going to reach there? Shall we find out S first or T first? Decide yourself, children. But it is better to use V is equal to U plus AT first, because S you cannot find directly. As usually we substituted V as 0 and U as 5 and A as minus 10 into T. See, for A they had given minus 10, but if they had not given value, A should be taken as minus 9.8 meter per second square. And next, 0 is equal to 5 minus 10t. 10t is shifted to other side to get it positive. Now, 10t is equal to 5, t is equal to 1 by 2 second, just it will take half a second to reach that height. Then next, what you have to find? You have to find out the distance or the height it is attained. As usually we have 2, S is equal to u t plus half a t square and V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Let us substitute the value for S is equal to u t plus half a t square. S is equal to, for u 5, t is half, just now we found out, plus half into, for A minus 10, no? And for t half into half we have taken because t square. Now, let us continue the fundamental operation. We got S is equal to 5 by 2 minus 5 by 4, because we have cancelled 10 and 2, 2 5s are 10. Ultimately, S is equal to 5 by 2, if you divide you will get 2.5, 5 by 4 if you divide you will get 1.25. So, 2.5 minus 1.25 means S is equal to 1.25 meter. Once again, for curiosity, let us apply this V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Yes, we can apply, because u value is there, V value is there and A value is also there. So, that we can apply even V square minus u square is equal to 2as also we applied and we substituted the values with all fundamental operations. Minus 20 s should be shifted to LHS to make it 20 s and 25 remains there only. Now, s is equal to 25 by 20, 5 5s are 5 4s are you can divide and s is equal to 1.25 meter. Like by using two equations also we got the same solution. But which equation is better to use in this problem? That is your decision to decide. But as per my view is concerned, it is better to use V square is equal to u square plus 2as, because the steps becomes less and the simplification becomes easy. Anyone among these two you can use. Okay. Till now you understood each and every facts related to the equations of motion. You understood how to derive the equations effectively, and after understanding the derivation, you understood very well about the procedures applied to solve the problems, important points to be known before entering into the solution. And now finally, after conclusion of the entire lesson, now I need to check your ability and I want to check how far you would be able to understand. Let us come to recapitulation stage. Choose the suitable equation to solve the given problems. Please do not solve the problems. I ask you to choose the particular equation to solve. This is the first question. A train is travelling at a speed of 90 km per hour. Initially it is already travelling. So, therefore, value of u they had given and value of v must be equal to 0 and brakes are applied. So, it produces acceleration of minus 0.5 meter per second. Find how far, that is very important. How far means you are supposed to find out yes, I mean distance, before the train comes to rest. I told orally. Now, let us represent what are the things they had given. So, out of these, which equation you need to use? Before that, let us see what is given. 90 km per hour is nothing but the initial velocity they had given, A they had given, S you need to find, then V they had given, because if it is going at a certain speed in the beginning, V must be equal to 0. So, which equation you should use to find out value for S? V is there, U is there, A is there, definitely we must make use of the V square is equal to U square plus 2A S. Come to the second problem. A car starts from rest and attains a uniform acceleration of 2 meter per second square in 1 minute. Calculate its speed. Let us see what are the physical quantities they had given before selecting an equation. Rest means nothing but they had given U, it may be equal to 0, whatever it may be they had given U, and attains a uniform acceleration of A they had given, 1 minute T they had given U, they had given A and they had given T. We need to find out speed. So, now you got confusion. You know speed is S, speed is equal to distance travelled by time taken. Even the same term is used here as velocity. Speed and velocity are same, you know very well, with a simple difference. Speed is nothing but distance travelled by time, but velocity is nothing but the speed in a given direction. Calculate the speed, that means you need to find out either U or V. As U is already given, definitely you need to find out V. Now, remember the equation which establishes the relationship between U, A, T and V. Now, the answer is on the tip of your tongue. I do not want to make you to wait. So, please answer children. Yes, your answer is V is equal to U plus A T. Definitely you understood the problem very well. Go to next third problem. A bus decreases its speed from 80 km per hour to 60 km per hour in 5 seconds. I mean U is given, even V is also given, T is given. You should find out acceleration, that means you are supposed to find out A. Note down what are the things they had given, that is U, 60 is V and T is 5 seconds. We need to find acceleration A. So, T is given, U is given, V is given, excluding last two equations out of first three, I mean the equations in the first row should be considered. So, which are the equations? A is equal to V minus U by T or V is equal to U plus A T. Yes, A is equal to V minus U by T. Yes, some student is asking me a question, sir, can't you use V is equal to U plus A T? Even V is equal to U plus A T also you can use, that is your intelligence. But A is equal to V minus U by T I use directly because it is given directly, even you can make use of V is equal to U plus A T. Like that, the student should think parallelly, other than this what to do, other than this how to do. Such reasoning ability and critical thinking will enable to grow in science. Yes, thanks to the student who told me to use V is equal to U plus A T. Come to the next problem. A stone is thrown from the top of a building. From the top of a building it is being thrown. Because before it is being thrown, the stone is at rest. Therefore, U must be equal to 0. U is given. It reaches the ground in 4 seconds. They had given T. Find the height. Very clearly they had given height means nothing but S. Height or distance travelled will be represented by small s. And they had given even A also very clearly. So, let us see once again they had given T, you need to find out S, A they had given, U is 0. So, therefore, S is equal to U T plus half A T square you can use. Can't we use V square is equal to U square plus 2 A S? No, we cannot use. It is better to use S is equal to U T plus half A T square because it is given directly. Okay children, let us proceed further. A car accelerates uniformly from 18 km per hour to 36 km per hour. See, the acceleration or the velocity may be expressed even in terms of kilometer per hour also, but ultimately they must be converted into meter per second. So, they had given 18 km to 36 km per hour in 5 seconds. Calculate acceleration distance covered. They had given v fine, they had given t fine, we need to find out a fine, and we need to find out a means first you must make use of a is equal to v minus u by t. You should find out a, that you must use to find out the distance. Now, the next distance you should find out. So, you can use here s is equal to u t plus half a t square, and even v square is equal to u square plus 2 a s also. If you apply the values for both also, you will get the same solution. Okay children, till now you solved many problems, or you understood how to apply the equations to solve the problems. Now, mind map. Mind map means it is nothing but like a description. Like by seeing the mind map, you could be able to narrate the entire story of the lesson. Like that I am going to give some mind map. By using that mind map, try to recall and elaborate the points and try to understand. Motion, types of motion. If I say types of motion, definitely you are going to recall these are the types of motions: visible motion, invisible motion, controlled motion, uncontrolled motion, translation, rotation, oscillation and vibration. What is uncontrolled motion? You can. What is rotation? You can. What is visible motion? Give illustration for invisible motion. Like that, you can make use of the mind map to understand in a better manner. Next, uniform and non-uniform motion. So, these are the types of motion. Next, distance travelled. In that distance travelled, we have speed, because speed is equal to distance travelled by time taken. Next, we have average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance by total time taken. Next, come to the displacement. The displacement is connected with velocity. If you know velocity, you can define average velocity. If you know average velocity, even that is connected to acceleration, you can define even acceleration also. Next, uniform and non-uniform acceleration also you can explain easily. Next, equations. Today we have derived the equations of motion. There are totally 3 equations of motion: v is equal to u plus a t, v square minus u square is equal to 2 a s, and s is equal to u t plus half a t square. So, in this way, by using the mind map very easily, you can recall, you can narrate, you can explain, you can define, you can bring the entire facts about the lesson into your mind. That is why it is called as the mind map. Whenever you are sitting freely in a lone place, please try to remember this mind map. The entire picture of the lesson can be described so easily. So, therefore, for every lesson, it is better to do the mind map like this. So, lastly, I should give one activity. Take a piece of thread, tie it to the stone and whirl it around your neck, and immediately if you leave the thread, or if the thread is being cut, it is going to fall somewhere. Where it is going to fall? How it is going to fall? How far it is going to move before it is going to fall? Will it move away from you, or will it move upwards or downwards? Such a practical experiment you can do easily. Then finally, I should give some homework also. So, this homework involves just 3 questions. You please try to answer these 3 questions. Okay children, till now in all the 3 sessions, I taught motion lesson. From the beginning till the end, your cooperation was very nice. So, today I am going to end the motion, but the concepts related to the motions, they are in motion in your brain forever. I hope you may come out with the flying colors in future. All the best, my dear students. Thank you very much.